Our Mandala universes, where we gather every morning at 8 a.m. And I have a group with us today. You can hear them in the background. Anyway, we gather every morning at 8 a.m. for 30 minutes. And we check in and we ground. I'm going to read you some quotes. And then we make mandalas. And mandalas are simply a circle with something in it, with color maybe, maybe not, depending on what your mood is. It's kind of your inner landscape. So welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'll read comments as they come in, but I also want to let you know I am leading from another location today. I am leading from Tahoe City, and we have friends with us. And look at this. I have this butterfly, and Miss M made this, and it has fabric that is like this. She picked this out for me. It's super cool. But anyway, let's say good morning to our friends. There's Kathy and Laura and Galina and Catherine and Eve. And we even have friends out on this patio surrounded by beautiful pines right there. I'll bring you back to me. It's pretty exciting and wonderful. Yesterday was a swim in Lake Tahoe. And according, let me help you with something really quick. Oh, something's happening. One moment, please. Technical changes happening. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. We're back live with our Mandala universes. So, how are you checking in today? I slept great last night, so I am checking in refreshed, and this mountain air does something to you, man. It just like cleanses, releases things we no longer need, and I'm feeling like just this kind of stuff like sloughing off. I know being with other wonderful women is also a part of that. Hello, Carol. And Carol asked, did you swim with the bear? You know what, Carol? I was in the lake and I never saw the bear. And maybe that was a good thing because I had this idyllic experience without any fear. I heard people were running on the beach, which rightfully so because of the bear. But yeah, we did have some excitement at the lake, but I was in the water and oblivious to all of it and just enjoying the cool Lake Tahoe water with the bright blue sky and palm trees. Wow, you know I live in Southern California with pine trees surrounding it. But how are you feeling today, Carol? How's it going, huh? We miss you. Wish you were here. I think everybody's painting already, huh? It's very quiet. We don't have many check-ins, so why don't we go ahead and begin with our grounding. So, as you know, I always say, find a comfy shape, whatever that is to you. I'm gonna push back a little bit to get more comfortable. And as you find that comfy shape, settle in a little just to like notice in your body anything that needs a little shift. Catherine just moved her shoulders. That just like kind of informed me to check in with my shoulders. I'm noticing my jaw. I'm noticing how I'm sitting, that I'm actually constricting muscles in my hips to sit upright. So I'm gonna play with, how do I relax those hip muscles? And what happens is how that changes my posture. Does that still feel comfortable for me? Maybe closing down your eyes if that feels okay. And beginning to turn inward. Inward into the cells that are inside of our body, the billions of cells. Sensing the movement, the vibrational activity, the motion that is a constant in our bodies that calms us, activates us, lets us feel. And you may select just a certain part of your body, or you may see the whole body in this vibrational activity. Settling into that, quieting down, bringing the breath into focus, deepening the inhale and the exhale. Finding a place of quiet, calm, connection, and solitude. And I'm being drawn to let us sit for 1 minute in complete silence. So we'll start that now. And connecting back to your breath, staying in your quiet solitude and connected place. I have some quotes to share with you. If I can find them. My career demonstrates that one never knows what can happen if you forge your own vision, persist in its own evolution, and stay true to it, which is increasingly difficult in today's money-driven world. But talk about perseverance, huh? This is from a book by Judy Chicago. She changed her name. She's an artist and I think an activist. It's a gift from Catherine that I'm reading from this. Significant change can only occur if we shift our focus to the work of those artists who have had the courage to show us who we are and what we are doing. I love that. I'm going to read that again. Significant change can only occur if we shift our focus to the work of those artists who have the courage to show us who we are and what we are doing. That seems really applicable for our group. And now you may begin to flutter your eyes open and return to your, whatever it is that you create mandalas on. And we'll begin to draw, paint, sketch, or just sit. And I'll read some comments that have come in. Nicolina says, I'm headachy and surrounded by love. Carol says, I'm feeling very happy to have had a great trip to Colorado and happy to sleep in my own bed. I really miss being with you too. I'm glad you had a really good trip. And yeah, your own bed, like that's like the best, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Your blankets, your pillow. And Miss M says, I'm garlicky today.
It smells so good.
She is making a wonderful sweet potato egg casserole. And I'm guessing it has garlic in it. Actually, I know it does because I can smell it. Elaine says, garlic, go Miss M. Carol says, I'm feeling the need to FaceTime with you all after this. That may be a possibility, Carol. Letitia says, good morning, lovelies. Good morning, Letitia. I'm glad you're here. And Susanna's here. Greetings from Kenya, wonderful ladies. Happy to connect. And yes, ditto to you, lady. Deb says, feeling held to a golden thread and a breath of happiness. How poetic. Wow, that's beautiful. Michelina is saying, hello, Susanna, sending you much love from Tahoe, California. And Elaine says, oh, yes, Carol. I'm referring to FaceTime, I believe. Carol says, hi, Susanna. Elaine says, hi, Susanna. Hi, Letitia. And Letitia saying, good morning, Carol. Carol's saying, hi, Letitia. Cheryl, good morning, Cheryl. Cheryl is here. Deb says, FT Dance, Carol? The FaceTime dance. Oh, maybe. You could. So this morning I'm going to lead a movement. We're going to do some dance, and we don't know yet. It'll all be really fun. And maybe we'll have to turn on a FaceTime. And FaceTime, I think you can add more than one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if any of you out there, I don't know how it'll all work, but we can try. I don't know.
Dance Zoom party?
A dance Zoom party. I got my laptop with me, so I have my account. It's a possibility. So let us know. You can always chat to us. So this gal is a Judy. Is she an activist, Catherine? Is that right?
Yeah, her art.
Her art is very
seen as political.
Oh, her art is very political. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very women.
And feminism.
Yeah.
She had a beautiful solo show in the museum last year.
She was beautiful, what?
Solo show in New York a few years ago.
Oh, she had a beautiful show. Okay.
It was in San Francisco too. It was great.
She made this beautiful installation in Brooklyn Museum. There's a table full of how would I call it? She would basically put like feminine parts, but different in a different way. Oh no.
Oh, she doesn't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
She just wants to share that she saw a beautiful installation by this artist. And this book doesn't have any pictures in it, so I cannot show you her art.
The beginning of the book also gives a brief.
But I can, here she is.
Oh, yeah.
There she is.
She's a badass.
She's a badass is what I've been told. And Carol says, I have a massage 45 minutes after Mandala ends. I'll call you and boogie for a moment or two.
She'll be loose. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so she also has some things that are maybe like pretty out there or, well, very, what's the word? I won't do that one because it has a bad word in it. What?
We said we're not for kids.
Well, we aren't for kids, so I could say the bad word, but I don't want to insult or, offend anybody, so
Don't say it.
Use your decision. Yeah.
I don't want to do that because I know if that was uncomfortable for me, I wouldn't like it, yeah.
Use your judgment. Don't be like me.
She was in LA in the 1960s, and she says the LA art scene in the 60s was unbelievably macho. I was the only woman taken seriously, and even then I was kind of marginal. Unfortunately, that's going on today. This is interesting. Women do not know what women before them thought and taught. As a result, women are caught in a cycle of repetition. They go through life experiences that others have had and theorized about without being able to build upon those theories. That is why feminism is important.
I totally feel that. I'm constantly amazed at the things that I don't know that women did. You know?
Because we don't have women's history.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, this idea that.
Right, this idea is not new.
Yeah, or just the
Or-
idea that like, oh, this is the first time a woman has ever achieved this thing. No, they've been doing it for centuries, and just it never got written down into history or valued in the same way.
Yeah, I read a novel, and it was about like the Pony Express, but it was a certain part somewhere in the Midwest, and the women were doing it. No men were doing it. It was all women, and the strength, because in those days that went through in rain or shine, snow or storms, and it just it was a phenomenal story of the strength of women and how they held together and how they supported each other, and those stories aren't really out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that installation I was talking about, it actually celebrates the achievements of over 1,000 women through the elaborate banquet
Oh,
table.
her
So it's
installation celebrated 1,000
yeah.
women.
Oh, was that the dinner party?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, in the beginning of the book, it gives
Oh,
like,
tough. So Judy Chicago, we're just having a little lesson about her
yeah,
today.
it's fun.
But I think I'm going to do a little bit of drawing right now. I'm going to shift gears.
I saw a live installation of hers in San Francisco, where she did, it was something that she had done in the 70s where she used colored
Was the
smoke.
color smoke?
Yeah.
Oh.
Color smoke?
Colored smoke
Ooh.
that she would like release in kind of an orchestrated way so that the colors would move together and mix together, and the wind makes every single performance of this totally different. And
Oh, wow.
the colors in these smokes were so vivid and intense, and it was really a wild thing to watch. And she was just up on top of this sort of cherry picker scaffold thing, like kind of conducting it, you know?
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
It was really, really cool.
Susan said, wonderful reading. Thank you, Susanna, I said Susan. Miss M says, Judy Chicago, dinner party, 1979.
Ooh.
Installation celebrates achievement of 80 women, both historical and mythic. Wow, 1979. And Susanna says, in Africa, what you do is still your hubby who gets the credit. Yeah, it's definitely different depending on where you are. And I would say there's a lot of that still happening in the US, unfortunately.
There's a lot of inventions that are credited to men, but it was the women who invented them, but they weren't allowed to get patents.
Listen, women weren't allowed to get mortgage in the 70s.
Yeah, yeah. They weren't
Yeah.
allowed to hold patents. So like
Wow.
Eli Whitney and the cotton gin, that was invented actually by his wife.
Wow, I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents split up in 1967, and my mom could not buy a car
Yep.
because it was 1971 when a woman could buy a car without a man's signature.
She had to get her dad to co-sign or something like
Well,
that.
her dad disowned her, so I don't know how she got a car.
Wow.
She got it though.
But she got it, but I don't know how she did it.
She's
Resourcefulness.
Yep, resourceful, right? You know, back then, that was bad to be from a divorced family and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was taboo.
Dave's mom dealt with a lot of that too.
Yeah, I mean, and to think like I was a kid then, like it's like that wasn't that long ago.
It's not that
You
long
know?
ago. Yeah.
Miss M says heavy sigh, Susanna. Yeah. And Claudia, are you Miss Feather? I think you are, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Claudia. I'm glad you're here. Because you weren't sure if you could be here. I think Saturdays are not a good. You're leading on Thursdays now. I think. I'm not doing any complete sentences, am I? God. Wow.
You slept well.
I could go back to sleep. That's the funny thing. Maybe I'm letting down.
It's that paddleboard.
Oh man, you guys, I went paddleboarding yesterday. I've done that before. But Deb was on the paddleboard with me, and we did yoga. Oh my gosh, I have not giggled. I was like a kid. I was 11, giggling. God, it was the best.
Listening to you all laugh, and like when Kathy was out there with you laughing, oh my God,
We thought you were going
that
on
was
the
so fun. Just
We were-
listening to y'all giggle.
I think
and
we
laugh.
turned into 11-year-olds, Kathy.
Yeah.
we had someone ask how we all knew each other because we were having so much fun. She's like, are you guys having like a reunion?
The gal said, "I want what you guys have."
We just don't have that much fun.
Claudia's getting an oil change.
Oh.
Letitia,
exciting.
yeah, exciting. Letitia says, good morning, Claudia. Carol says, 1985, I wanted to buy carpet for our new house. 1985. The place I called said my hubby had to be there. I did not buy from them.
The year before I was born.
1985, like that's not, oh my gosh, that's not that long ago.
Oof. It's just so
Jeez,
insulting.
it's so insulting, right? Claudia says, pretty trees behind you. Oh, it's so, well, I know you've been to Tahoe. It's just all those, look at those guys. Mm. And we're not that far from the lake. Maybe without construction, probably a 5-minute drive. We had a little detour yesterday, but we're very
That
close.
wasn't construction's fault. That was just my fault.
Oh, never mind. It was Kathy that made us know. It doesn't matter.
Good.
Claudia's saying, hi, Letitia. Claudia says, can you walk to the lake?
Yeah.
I bet it's like a 3-mile walk, but yeah, definitely. And there's a trail. You don't think it's that far?
Beach it would, but you could just walk to like right there, I bet.
Oh, that's true. If you didn't want to go on a trail,
Maybe not.
I would go on a trail.
Yeah, that's true. Probably.
And then I don't know now if I'd want to be on a trail since we had that very large bear at the beach.
Yeah, I was not sure about trails either.
And I'm thinking the bear was kind of favoring a paw, so it looked like an injury. This is all what I've heard because I was in the lake. I didn't see. I wonder if a bear that's hurt is going to be more dangerous than a bear that's not.
He seemed scared. He
He
seemed
seems scared.
Yeah, he seemed like he was afraid and panicked.
Oh.
He did not want to hurt anybody. He just wanted to get away.
Yeah, he just first stopped by the restroom. Though.
Yeah.
Very, very
He
nice
was
to
trying to
go
hide in the
He was
restroom.
trying to hide. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just stay in my stall.
Yeah.
What if you were like
What if
walking
you're
out?
exiting?
Right? If you're walking out of the restroom and
I'd
then
go
this,
back in.
you see a bear, holy,
Exactly.
boy, my heart rate would definitely jump.
Right back in.
In August, I was camping in Asheville, North Carolina, and they go, occasionally we have bears. Every night we had a bear.
Oh, yeah.
And I was walking back from the bonfire by myself, but I knew we had bears and snakes, so I was stomping and singing. Thought I'll just make noise. And I get close to my tent, and someone goes, Pamela, is that you? Get in your tent now. And I'm like, well, okay. They go, the bear is right around here. I never saw it, but so I'm hoping I like made it want to just stay put because I was being so loud.
Yeah.
But that was kind of freaky. Does anyone have words for your
Bear.
bears? When somebody's words? Yeah, Claudia says it's a bit far. Yeah, we're not like on the beach. This isn't a house on the
We
beach.
couldn't afford that house.
Yeah, a house on the beach would probably be twice as what we paid.
3 times.
Carol says, what?
Came into it.
Going to Asheville in March? You are? Hopefully bears will be hibernating. Well, we were camping too, Carol, so we were in their world. I think if you were in a, well, I don't know. You know what? I heard that bears were walking down the street in Asheville, so hopefully in March they're still sleeping.
I didn't see anyone there.
I didn't see any in the downtown when I was there either, but they did say look out for them. And maybe in the fall, they're more hungry,
Oh, yeah,
right? Because they're starting to get ready
they're
to
very loaded up, yeah.
to load up to calories, yeah.
They're already doing it in Carson City. They're giving lots of warnings to people on the west side of town to not put their garbage out until
Next
morning.
year.
So the,
Until next
the morning the garbage
Don't put
truck
your
is
garbage out.
coming and-
We do have bear containers for our trash out here. But I mean, we are in the forest. It's very dry. I don't think I remembered how dry it was up here. But I live in so much humidity. Just maybe a new thing. Let's see. Carol says, not camping in Asheville. We'll keep my eyes open. You're gonna be fine. There's some really cool art galleries, Carol. Really cool ones. There's been a lot of rebuild since the hurricane. Nicolina says, no words yet, and my mandala looks like Hilma at Clint. Oh, wow.
Sort of.
Mine's just messy.
Oh,
brush
yeah.
strokes. It's cool.
Cool.
I like it. Claudia says, has there been a group camera pan at all today or yesterday? We do have a group photo at the lake.
She means during the Mentos.
Oh, you mean during right now? Would you like me to pan so you can see us? I did it when we first began, but you were probably talking to the mechanic to get your oil change. But I can pan again. You're tired of looking at my mug, I know. So here is our spot. Kathy is done, so she's crocheting. People are just actively painting away. And then we go outside. Isn't this beautiful? All these trees. We have a hot tub over here. And we're at the end of a cul-de-sac. So we've got people painting out here. We've got hearts flying. Carol says, I haven't drawn in 10 days. It feels so good to create. I bet it does. Yeah, isn't this beautiful? I'll just go out here. We can just have a little nature shot for the last moment, huh? Look at this. Isn't it amazing? And I wish you could smell it. It's crisp. It's probably in the 60s. It's going to be in the, I think, 75 today. But you can tell it's just so quiet. You can see we're high up. It's going to get bright in a moment as I get to the sun. Claudia says, nice weather. Miss M says, it's lovely. It was what she ordered. She did a good job, huh? Tisha says, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. And then I'll pan back and you can kind of see the house. You might see Deb's arm, but there's the house. Well, it is time to say goodbye for today. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Mwah. Big hugs. Love you all. Bye-bye.